Today I'm sharing with you everything that you need to pack for a Disney cruise. So if you have a Disney cruise coming up soon, you are going to want to watch this because there are a lot of things that you take on a Disney cruise that you don't normally need on most other cruise lines. So we got to go on the Disney Wonder recently and it was so much fun. We had a great time. And being the person that I am, I love to plan ahead with travel and do a lot of research. And there is so much more involved with Disney cruises if you want to get involved with all the different fun stuff that goes on board. And as such, that means there is a lot of extra stuff that you can be taking with you on your cruise. So a lot of it's not essential. You can still just get by with the same sort of stuff you take on any other cruise line, but why miss out on the fun? Hey, there are some really exciting things that are exclusive to Disney Cruise Lines. And these are passenger related activities that you wouldn't really want to miss out on if it is your first time. So one of those things is the Disney Fish Extender. So I will go into that in a little bit more detail soon. And there's also a lot of other things that you can take on board to make your trip a lot more fun and memorable. So I'm going to show you everything you need to take. Before you board, you're going to need your travel documents. So make sure you know exactly what you need at arrival for boarding. So you will get a boarding time from Disney Cruise Lines when you do your online check-in, and that is where you upload all your different documents. So those documents need to be with you on the day of your check-in, along with your port card, which has a scan barcode thing to make sure that they know who you are when you arrive. So don't forget those essentials. Okay, let's start with the basics. There's certain things that you take on every cruise, no matter which cruise line it is. It's just the things that you need. So swimwear, anything that you would normally have for a day by the pool. You don't usually need your towels. Most cruise lines don't, and Disney is certainly one of the cases where you do not need to bring towels with you, neither for showers or for the pool. So swimwear, flip-flops, sunscreen, hat, cover up, all those sorts of things that you need for that time enjoying the pools. And those pools are actually heated, so they are a nice pleasant temperature, which makes it nice if you are cruising somewhere cold. Day clothes, so make sure that you do check the weather so you know what kind of weather you're expecting, and being that you are out at sea, it will likely be a little bit cooler than what it would be on land. So if you are traveling from somewhere hot, you will still want to bring a jumper and maybe some long pants just to make sure that you don't end up freezing on the deck during all those deck parties. So shorts and t-shirt if it's warmer weather, jeans, jumpers, jacket, all of those sorts of things, all your basics. Your underpants, your socks, your shoes. It is worthwhile bringing a pair of sneakers because the boat is big, and if you want to go for a really big walk around, you might want to wear sneakers rather than your usual flip-flops. Other things that you'll want to bring for any cruise, of course, is your toiletries. The other basics include things like your technology, your chargers, your phone, anything that you need to make sure that your devices will be working. So being that Disney Cruise Lines are from the USA, they have US ports in the room. So if you are traveling from somewhere else, such as me here in Australia, you will want to bring a converter with you, a power plug converter. They do also have USB ports in the room, so that makes it a little bit easier for charging things like phones and cameras, but don't forget any of those things. Memory cards, if you are using a GoPro, for example, make sure you bring your spare memory card so that you don't run out of space. The other good idea is to make sure you clear out your phone before you go. Make some space so you don't run out of storage, because if you're wanting to capture all those travel memories and you've got no space left on your phone, that is not fun. So make sure you clear a decent amount of room for all your videos and photos and travel memories before you leave home. You also don't want to forget your seasickness tablets. Even if you are a great boat traveler and you're not normally prone to motion sickness, you never know what might happen. You might end up with rough seas, and sometimes the unexpected happens. And when it comes to seasickness, the best method is prevention. So making sure to take a tablet before you board is going to do a lot more than if you start to feel sick and then you try and take one. So just in case, always take them. I know I'll need them. My youngest will also definitely need them, but the rest of the family will also take one before we board, just to try and prevent any of those awful things happening. Now let's talk about where Disney cruises are a little bit different. And while you don't have to do any of these things, there are a lot of fun ways that you can really get into your Disney experience and make it a little bit more memorable. And you could go as big or as little as you like with these sorts of things. So of course, you might want to pack all your fun Disney, Marvel, Star Wars accessories, your ears, or, t-shirts, all of those things that you might want to wear. You might want to have a different outfit during the day compared to wearing something different at night. So at nighttime on Disney cruises, you get to have a rotational dining in one of the restaurants, and you might like to dress up for dinner, something a little bit fancier than your day wear by the pool. And following that, usually you'll go to a Broadway style show. So when you're going to the theatre, we usually like to dress up. So you might want to dress in something a little bit fancier for your dinner and show part of the night. So that's completely up to you, but you might want to bring extra outfits for that purpose. Now let's talk about the really fun stuff. There are a lot of different things that you might like to take on board a Disney cruise that you wouldn't normally need any other cruise. So one of the biggest things that you might have heard of if you are researching what you're taking a cruise is the Disney Fish Extender. So Fish Extender is like a gift exchange that happens on board. It is an exclusive to Disney tradition. It is not organized by Disney Cruise Line. It is something that members that are cruising will organize. So there are Facebook groups pretty much for every cruise so that you can get paired up with other families and participate in the gift exchange. It's a lot of fun. It's not necessary. You don't have to participate in this. If you do, it does mean you need to bring on board a whole lot of extra stuff that you might not have been considering bringing before. A lot of people actually need to take a second suitcase just for their Fish Extender gifts because they do add up, and you also need that space for bringing home whatever gifts you are given while you're on board as well. So it's like almost like a Secret Santa without being so secretive. So you get given a list of the cabins of people that are participating, and you need to either buy a gift for each individual on that list or for a cabin. So it might be a family gift instead of individual gifts. So either way, those are something you don't want to forget. And you'll also need to bring on your Fish Extender hanger. So this is one that I have DIY decorated. It was only a 3-pocket one that I got off Amazon. I've just pinned them together. So now it has 4 pockets for our family. And people pop the gifts in there. It hangs on your door. The reason it's called a Fish Extender is because there is a fish-shaped hook outside your door that you hang these on. So you won't want to forget to bring your Fish Extender and your gifts. The other thing you might like to bring, but also not necessary, is a lanyard with a card holder. So you will get your door key, which is a card, and you can put it in here, and then you'll be able to wear it around everywhere you go, charge things to your room, scan your photo pass if you happen to have one. So I just got these ones online, AliExpress, for a couple of dollars each, and they're actually part of our Disney Cruise Reveal Christmas surprise last year. And we've got a couple of little badges, buttons on their pins, just for a little bit of extra fun. So ours are all Marvel themed because we are Marvel fanatics. But that's another thing you might want to bring. Of course, you can keep it in your wallet, but you don't always want to have something in your pocket. So this is a good way to be hands-free and have it with you still. If you're someone that likes to collect autographs when you visit the Disney parks, you might want to bring an autograph book. So again, these are ones that I have created myself for my girls. And of course your Sharpies. Sharpies are good for the characters because a lot of them have those big gloves for their costumes, and this makes it easy for them to hold on to and write their autographs in your book. You might also want to bring a small backpack. So I have this Loungefly one, which is a great size for just having a few little things inside, a bottle of water or whatnot. Or if you're going to the shop and you want to grab some stuff, or carrying around some Fish Extender gifts before you drop them off. So a small backpack can be useful. Again, not essential, but you never know when you might like to have that with you if you're going to dinner and you want to take your camera with you, and that just keeps it all in a safe place. Another thing a lot of people do on Disney cruises is decorate their door. So there are some really cool ideas. People have big magnets on their door, Disney themed, Marvel themed, and it's a really fun way to make the doors look really exciting. You can walk past and check out everyone's door, and as long as it is magnets, you can pretty much decorate your door with anything you like. So it must be magnets. You cannot stick anything on the door, but you can get magnetic paper or get magnets made from a handmade seller on Etsy, or make them yourself. And yeah, it's a really fun way to add a little bit of your own personality to your door when you do cruise. If your Disney cruise happens to have a pirate night, you will also maybe, if you're into that, want to dress up in a pirate themed outfit for the night. Not all cruises do have the pirate night, but it is a lot of fun, and you'll know before you're due to cruise whether or not your cruise is going to have the pirate night party. So they usually will leave you a little bandana in your room for that day, so you have something even if you hadn't brought something with you. But it's always fun to plan ahead. And another thing that is a little bit different on Disney cruises is you are actually allowed to take some alcohol on board with you. So they don't have an alcohol package like a lot of other cruise lines do have. Drinks on board are quite expensive, and this is a great way to save a little bit of money if you do want to have a few adult beverages while you're on board. So you can actually take either 2 bottles of wine or a 6-pack of beer per adult onto your cruise. So they do check this when you do embark, and you got to make sure that you do bring the right thing. There's no spirits on board, but this is definitely a great tip to know. And also note that this needs to be carried in your carry-on baggage. It cannot be packed into your suitcase. So the reason for that is because you do need to present it when you get there, and it's also something to be mindful of because it means you will be carrying it around until your room is ready. So that can be a few hours, and you're going to want to make sure you have a good quality backpack to carry those in, or a cooler bag, so that you're not hurting your back or having something fall and smash all over the deck. So that is a good tip to know as well. Another quick tip that relates a little bit less to what you pack but how you pack is if you are using a Disney suitcase, which is what I am using, you want to make sure that your suitcase is really easy to recognize, even if there are many other people that have the same thing. So make sure you give it something distinct so that you know straight away that it's yours, and someone else will know straight away that's definitely not theirs. So adding really big bag tags on there, or having a strap around the center, or decorating in some other way that makes it really, really noticeable that you can spot it from a distance, and you don't have to worry about that issue of ending up with the wrong suitcase before you go home. So that is a great tip that a former cruise staff member actually provided, and it is brilliant. So it's something we don't often think about until we get there and have a bit of a panic when we see 20 of our same suitcase rolling past. The other thing you want to do, which isn't packing essentially, but it is related to getting organized for your cruise, is to make sure all members of your party have downloaded the Navigator app onto their phones and have set that up with a login that is linked so that you can communicate on board easily. There is Wi-Fi packages available on the cruises, but these are at a cost. So if you want to communicate with your family members or other cabins where you have friends staying, you can use the app to message each other, and it's all included on the onboard Wi-Fi. So make sure you're ready before you get on the boat so that you're not stuck on the boat going, oh no, we can't contact each other. I hope you have found this video helpful and that it has given you plenty of ideas for packing for your own Disney cruise so that you don't forget anything that's really important. And I hope you have an absolute wonderful time on your cruise as well. So be sure to give this video a like and follow along if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Bye.